In this video, I'll show you the differences between Winsor Newton Cotman versus the Professional. I will share my experience in painting with these paints and compare them with a watercolor hibiscus.
Hi, I am Bianca. I am a watercolor artist.
I create watercolor tutorials and art supply reviews. So stay with me until the end to know which paint suits you.
For the two comparison, for the Cotman set or the student grade of Winsor Newton paints, this is the Cotman. You will see Cotman that is bigger than the Winsor Newton logo. So you would see that this is Cotman and this is the student grade. You will also see here at the back the pigment numbers, and it also says here this is made in China. I'm not sure if it's made in China is the same to other countries. I live in the Philippines, so I can easily get made in China. I have 10 colors in a pack when I bought this. So these are already good for beginners because you already have 10 colors with warm colors. We have also neutral colors, so there, and cool colors. So we have here cerulean blue, ultramarine is the warm blue. There is also cadmium orange, lemon yellow hue. For the green, there is hooker's green light. There's also dioxazine purple, cadmium red deep, burnt sienna, lamp black, and permanent rose. So these are all included in the set of 10 colors. There are also Cotman sets that have more than 10 colors, but then I chose to use 10 colors because I use this for my one-on-one watercolor class and I don't want my students to be overwhelmed with all of the colors. So if you are a beginner, this is already good. Now, compared to the Professional set, it would say Winsor Newton Professional. There you go. Professional watercolor. You would see the shade permanent sap green. There at the back, you would see here made in France instead of made in China. Also, you would see the pigment numbers and the light fast rating here. You would see if this is transparent like this, it has a square there, and this is opaque, as you can see here. And you would see also like semi-transparent there. This is permanent mauve. There you go. Unlike in the Cotman set that I cannot see any information if these are transparent, opaque, or whatsoever. It's all the same. For my Professional watercolor set, I have here Winsor blue red shade. This is cadmium lemon. I have here alizarin crimson. Next, I have Winsor red. I have also permanent mauve, neutral tint, and I have here permanent sap green. So these are the paints that I bought separately. I know for the Winsor Newton Professional sets, I think they have 24 colors in a set, but I prefer to buy just limited colors for my watercolor set. I do not want to buy a lot of colors, especially if I know that I won't use them. So these are the colors that I have in my palette. I use these colors for almost everything when I paint food, flowers, landscapes. I use this. Now it's time for swatching and testing these colors. Now what I'm going to do is I will swatch the Cotman and the Winsor Newton Professional from my set. So I have my Cotman here. I transferred the two paints to small pans like this. So these are the swatches. And for my Winsor Newton, my swatches are here. Okay, so you would see somehow difference here on my swatches. All right, now I'm going to pre-wet the paints. I will start first with the Cotman set. This is the student grade. This is the 10 tubes in one. So I will just pre-wet the paints, okay, before I start. I didn't use this set for a while, so I'm pre-wet the paints, and every time I paint, I always pre-wet the paints, unless if it's core, because core is very creamy and it's easy to activate there. So even if I did not pre-wet the paints, I can easily get pigment. So here, I will swatch the colors of this Cotman set. This is cerulean blue. This is ultramarine. This is hooker's green. This is burnt sienna. I'll get more pigment. Okay. Next, I have lamp black. Next, I have lemon yellow hue. Next, I have cadmium orange hue. Next, I have permanent rose. I have cadmium red deep hue. And last, I have here dioxazine purple. Okay, so these are the Cotman set. Now, I will pre-wet the paints from my Winsor Newton set, and I'll show you the colors also.
If you find this video helpful, kindly tap the like button. If you want to see videos like this, subscribe and make sure you have the bell notification on so you'll be notified if I upload a new video.
Okay, I pre-wet my Winsor Newton Professional colors. So I will start with alizarin crimson. Now I'll have here Winsor red. Next I have cadmium lemon. Next I have sap green. Next I have here Winsor blue. This is red shade. Next I have here permanent mauve. Okay, that's permanent mauve. And last I have here neutral tint. There are the colors I have for my Winsor Newton Professional set.
Now I will paint 2 hibiscus using Cotman on the left and using the Pro on the right to compare them. I started with a wet on wet technique with my underpainting of a lemon yellow hue. I used only 3 colors: lemon yellow hue, permanent rose, and ultramarine. I also mixed the lemon yellow hue and permanent rose to get orange. Change the angle so you can see closer how the watercolor works on my paper. I painted this hibiscus in 4 layers, glazing each layer with the orange mix. I didn't use the cadmium orange here because for me, it's still better to mix my orange than getting from my palette. However, it seems like it is lacking on vibrancy. I'm not sure if it's just me because I used more pigmented and artist grade watercolors. In painting the second hibiscus using professional colors, I used cadmium lemon, Winsor red, and permanent mauve. I mixed Winsor red and cadmium lemon to get orange. I did the same as I painted the first hibiscus. It has also 4 layers. Since these are artist grade paints, they are more pigmented than the Cotman. There were times I dipped my brush to my water to water down my colors because it's too vibrant, especially on the first 2 layers that should be light.
Okay, so this is the side-by-side painting that I made using the Cotman and the Winsor Newton Professional. So you can see that there's more vibrancy on this side because this is a professional set. However, to take note that I did not use red on this. I used the pink and mix it with yellow. So there, I did not also use blue here because my blue that I have only for the Winsor Newton Professional set is a cool blue that I do not normally use in shadows or underpainting. So I use permanent mauve on the shadows. So this is the difference. What I can say is, since I use professional set on this side, it's very pigmented. A small amount goes really a long way. And when I added some yellow or some colors on this side, the first or second washes, I dip my brush again to my water and paint to disperse the color because they are very pigmented. Here, I had a little bit hard time in mixing the colors and also picking up the colors even if the paint on my pans are wet, because since this is a student grade, it's still creamy. However, it's still not pigmented. I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I used to paint with very vibrant colors like Core and Daniel Smith, also Winsor Newton Professional. As I mentioned earlier in this video, I do not use this often, the Cotman set, because I bought this just for the sake of my tutorial that I had with some students face-to-face or via Zoom. So I bought this. If you are a student or just a beginner in watercolor, I still recommend to use Cotman because they are already good enough for students, but just a warning that you cannot use the Cotman set to sell your paintings or for commission, because I don't think it won't last. Unlike the professional set that is very pigmented, a little amount goes a long way. Well, if you have a budget for professional set, even if you are a beginner, I suggest you could just get the primary colors, warm and cool colors of the professional set, because that will help you to paint a lot and you can mix just the colors so that you can create beautiful paintings and color mixes. You can just get the primary colors. You can start with them. You don't have to buy a lot of colors or the full professional set. You don't have to. Just start with minimal colors, just like what I did. I just have like a few colors and those are what I'm using. This is just a short demonstration. I did not put a lot of details, especially on this part, if you notice. But I hope this video helps you and decide which one that you could purchase, the Cotman or the professional set. And if you want to get to know other watercolors that I use, you could also check my review of the Daniel Smith Watercolors Essential Set on the next video.